Hey friends, good morning. I'm super excited to talk to you about following up, and Lark has asked me to come and just share a little bit about follow-ups and what that looks like for me and what I think that should look like for you and best practices and that kind of thing. Just before I start, I'm just going to tell you most of what I'm sharing is not raw material. It is stuff that I've been trained on, stuff that I've heard from other people. So I always say, like, a lot of this business is just listening to what the leaders say and just applying it, and just being consistent, because a lot of this is just simple stuff that we just have to, train ourselves to do. So, just so you know, I've been in the business about 2.5 years. I am direct to Danielle Brown, and I live in Millbrook, Alabama, which is just outside of Montgomery, Alabama. So, that's kind of a little bit about me. We just had our first little baby girl. There's a little picture of her right there on the wall. So right now we're just juggling, learning how to be a mom and be consistent and work hard. And I also own a photography business I've been doing for about 7 years. And then I work part-time at our church right now too. So just a little bit going on. But okay, so before I talk about like following up, I just wanted to really quickly tell you 2 stories about 2 of my customers and just kind of track their timeline for you. So my first customer I want to share with you about, her name is Kelly. And I first reached out to her in May of 2017, which would have been 4 or 5 months after I joined. So this is probably one of the, when I'm doing all my first initial reach outs. She did not respond to me. So then I reached back out to her in September of 2017, which, looking back, I probably shouldn't have waited that long, but I did. So September 2017, I reached back out to her, and she told me her sister-in-law sold her Dana Fields. And so at that point, I'm like, okay, well, probably never gonna get her as a customer, so I did not put her on my quick follow-up list. I put her on my once a year follow-up list. So then in August of 2018, I followed up with Kelly, and she became a customer of mine, and she's a great customer of mine. She purchases a lot of products. She loves our products. She's a really great customer. So that was 15 months from first initial reach out to her becoming a customer. Okay, and then my second friend is Amy. She's a customer of mine. I first reached out to her in May of 2017. And she told me she doesn't wash her face, like she just washes it in the shower. She's not good at taking care of her skin, blah, blah, blah. And so I talked to her at church twice throughout like the next several months, just here and there about my business and stuff. And then in November 2018, she messaged me about a post that she saw on Facebook. So that was a year and several months. And then I messaged her in January with a follow-up. And then in March, I messaged her with a deal. And in March of 2019, she ordered. So that was literally 2 years after my initial reach out, she became a customer. So the fortune is definitely in the follow-up. And consistency is key. So just some really quick, like, practical tips with following up is, I always give them an out or an excuse when I reach out. So I'm like, hey girl, I know you probably didn't see my message, but I just wanted to check in with you about, your Red Dana Fields package that we talked about last week, or your regimen or whatever. So I always try to say in the beginning, I know you probably didn't see it. So that just gives them an out so they don't feel like a horrible person for not responding. And then if you've been reaching out to someone for several months, maybe even a year, at this point, I like to offer a freebie. So I like to offer, sometimes it's just a free essentials product. Sometimes it's a drawing to be entered into for a larger product. But I like to offer those things. I try not to discount our products. So I try not to reimburse enrollment fee, and I try not to discount the products. Every once in a while I will. But for the most part, I try to offer something free. So I'm trying to add value, not take away value. Tip number 3 is that it's professional to follow up. It's not annoying. So think about all the times that, you go and check out at Target and you're getting an email, about your experience there. Or Walmart grocery pickup. They're always following up with you about a survey. So it's professional to follow up. People, when you follow up, people think you care. People know you care. So following up is not annoying, and we got to change that mindset. And then lastly, my fourth tip for you is just be organized. The more organized you are, the more the easier it is for you to follow up with people. The more you have an idea of who you need to follow up with. So like if I have a 15-minute time block, I can't spend 10 of those minutes figuring out who I need to talk to. I need to have a list that's easy for me to go to, and then in that 15 minutes I can follow up with 5 people. So just be organized. I don't care if that's writing it down in your planner. I don't care if that's keeping a list on your phone of notes. That's what I'm currently doing right now, just because I always have a baby in my hands, so everything being on my phone makes my job a little bit easier. So that's what I'm doing. But whatever it is, just do it. So here is what I am going to challenge you with. Go into your Facebook Messenger. If you don't use Facebook Messenger, you can try this in your text messages, but it works for me in Facebook Messenger. Go in your Facebook Messenger and type in redefine, and then click search in messages, and it's going to pull up messages that you've mentioned redefine in. And scroll down and scroll down and scroll down and find those people that you talked about redefine to 6 months ago, a year, 2 years ago, whatever, and follow up with them. And do that for each regimen. And maybe even do it for Lash Boost. And follow up with those people. So there's going to pull up specific people that are looking for Unblemished, Redefine, Reverse, Soothe, Lash Boost. Do that and follow up with those people. And let's see how many responses you get and how many new customers you're able to close this month, especially with our new travel bundle deal with the masks. So good luck and happy following up.